Patrick, I can just barely lift my head out of the water. If I could just see them, I think I have been out of my head, because I've been seeing faces around me. I just know that I am still alive. I am clinging to my log. Ram, well, one of the things that you have to consider is that you are like your mother and father now. You are like them now. Patrick, I am like them? Ram, yes, you are like them. You have graduated. You have grown, and you are ready to move to another place. Patrick, by golly, you mean that I am. Ram, you are no longer need to be swimming in the water. You can go much beyond that now. Patrick, by golly, I don't need to hold on to this log. Ram, no. Let go of the log and see what happens. Patrick, I'll let go of the log and see what happens. Okay, I just feel relaxed. Are you saying that when the boat exploded I died? Ram, yes, and it's not so bad. It's quite good, as a matter of fact. Patrick, but I'm still alive. Ram, naturally, you're still alive. You do not die when your physical body dies. Patrick, I know. Ram, and so you are free now to do many, many things that you could never do before. Patrick, I feel so light. I've been clinging to my log to my life and my ship. I've just been clinging because that is all I ever had in my lifetime, my boat and my family. But I can let go. Ram, you can let go because you are free. Patrick, I'm free. I feel as if I'm floating above the water. Ram, you can do that now. Patrick, I feel lighter. Ram, you are free, beautifully, wonderfully free. Patrick, I see a hand. Who is reaching for me? Oh, by golly, who is reaching? Someone is reaching their hand down to me. Ram, and there will be a light. You will be able to see in a new way. Patrick, it's getting lighter. The darkness is lifting. I have released the ship. I feel as if I'm floating above the water. I can see. Is that my mother? It's my mother. It's my mother. A lot of crying here. Ram, yes, and you can move on now. Patrick, it's my mother and my father reaching for me, crying uncontrollably. Ram, that's fine. Go with them. Patrick, still crying. Excuse me for crying. I feel so happy. I don't know who you are, but you have helped me. Ram, I am a friend. Patrick, it's so good to get out of the water, out of the darkness. Thank you. Ram, there are many friends waiting for you. Go on and away. Patrick, thank you. Ram, and goodbye. Goodbye, Patrick. And that was the end of that session. ROMC, Invisible Helper speaking. We would like to say thank you for the very fine joy that you have done in helping to release this soul, the fine job you have done, that was locked into its own fear thought form. We have been able to take this soul to its dearly beloved parents. There is a grand reunion taking place, and great light surrounding all of them. You have done a great service, not only for us, but for this soul. The soul has transformed into a new level of energy, and will be able to continue on from there. We have brought this soul as an example of the locked-in condition of fear thought forms. However, we do not want souls in the earth body to fear being locked into such levels for years of earth time. That fear, in itself can create a blockage. We want souls in earth bodies to understand the process of transformation, so that the awareness will help in their transition process. They will feel the change in their physical levels, but the emotional process does not change. Immediately upon transformation, the soul body is in a completely different state. Dropping the body is like dropping a shell. The vibrations of the soul body are at a much more rapid rate. The mental levels are functioning at a different level, but are performing very much the same as before transition. Often it is the emotional level that locks the soul into the earth plane. because of a very strong emotional earth attachment, it still vibrates on this lower earth level. Therefore, the complete transition cannot take place until the soul mentally and emotionally releases the earth vibrations. On transition, you have the same functioning capacity, but there is a change in the density of the energies. The earth is the emotional level of existence, and often souls are locked in strictly because of the emotional process. But there are also times when the mental thought forms can lock souls in because of training that is put into the mind. For instance, there is a concept that a soul will sleep until the last trumpet sounds. Very strong thought forms that can confine often come through religious training and wrong interpretations of reality. When a soul is programmed to believe that certain things will happen upon death, the soul will experience that strong thought form once out of the physical body. Thus a soul can be locked into a sleeping state, waiting for the sound of a trumpet. We often have trouble relating to these souls because we do not sound trumpets, not wanting to reinforce other thought forms associated with that belief. Sometimes such souls will wait until they get bored and finally open their spiritual eyes, only to realize that they are awake and alive, even though they have not heard the trumpet sound they were awaiting. It is at this stage that we can begin working with such souls. So, souls can be locked into the physical realm through both emotional and mental energies, and sometimes for thousands of years of earth time. Of course, there is no time, as we have said over and over. We say again, do not fear that upon dying you will be locked in. You can be free through the knowledge of what happens to you at the death process. Just as you allow yourself to be confined through your mental and emotional levels, you can free yourself by releasing fears and negative concepts. It is possible to be confined whether in or out of the body. You are exactly the same personality when you drop the body as you were before. Therefore, it is important to have continual cleansing of the emotions of fear, anger, and hostility. Always remember that a soul's own hostility and fear harm that soul more than anything else. But at the same time, thought forms are very powerful and can affect others also. Therefore, you harm not only yourself, but also those toward whom the anger is directed. It is important to break into these negative thought forms and release them. We use the term negative, meaning that the energy flow is blocked. Work toward the higher levels of light and love. Each soul has within it the highest capacity to love. The negative energies block the love flow. Love energy is a level of energy within all life. It is the pure form of energy. Love is a pure form of energy that recognizes itself within all levels of life. It is the hardest level of energy within every life. No, it is the highest level of energy within every life form. This is the essence of love. It is that which recognizes itself. Ask for help in releasing the negative energies. There is always assistance for those who seek help. Seek and you shall find. There are many helpers, angels, guides, working to help you be released into your higher selves. You must learn to forgive and forget. Ram, thank you so much. And we will pass along this very important information. Chapter 22 will be the next chapter, and the title is Lower Levels. ROMC. They are getting me prepared for another special type of experience and are going to be putting me through a cleansing and an energizing process. Ram, go with the flow. I see a strong light beam shining down on my solar plexus. I feel energy coming into me from this light. It's flashing on and off, and now the color is changing, alternating between warm and cool colors. The contrast is energizing me. Now the beam is covering my whole body. I'm supposed to follow the light. It's pulling me up, and I'm floating right up through this spiral. I'm in a dark area, and I feel a lot of turbulence. I'm receiving the thought that on our journeys we often hit turbulence.